If you like football's the place for you. Just make sure that you stay tuned.
Hello, welcome back. It is Thursday now. It's part number 2 out of 5. I hope you're all doing very well. I'm Cameron, and as ever, I am joined by my co-hosts, Nick. Hello, Nick.
Hi, Cameron.
And Harry.
You're not going to say hello to me?
Hello. I was just
Hi,
letting you
Cameron.
come on shot first. Hope you're all doing well, are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Remember to like and subscribe, and yeah.
I've picked my phone up from yesterday when I threw it over there.
Yeah, I hope you did. Right. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's show. I'm going to hand you over to Harry for an explanation on today's show.
Yeah, I'm going to explain because Cameron doesn't actually know.
No, I never know anything. I've just come here to present
So today
this.
we're going to run through our Champions League and Europa League predictions. Obviously, by the time this goes out, the Europa League would have been starting yesterday and the Champions League tomorrow. So we're going to go through who we think is going to win those tournaments, and also we'll be doing a bit of a rumour report as well.
Would you recommend me get the fixtures up?
If you want to.
Okay.
So Champions League, let's start. Well, we know the draw. The draw's been done, and there's one half of the draw that's a really difficult half, and one half that's slightly easier.
Yes.
The likes of Atalanta, PSG, RB Leipzig, and Atletico in one of those 4 teams will be in the final. So that's the easy half of the draw. The other half has got all the other teams, all the big boys, and only one of those is going to get to the final. So, Nick, from each half of the draw, which team do you think is going to go through?
Of the Champions League?
Yes.
Are we doing Champions League? Okay, I was getting Europa League off first. Don't worry. Carry on.
Why would you get Europa League before the Champions League?
I
Europa
don't know.
League is the Champions League light. It's the second-rate version, isn't it?
Okay.
It always comes second.
Well, so from the tougher side, I think it's pretty hard to call, but it will probably be between Man City and Bayern. I think they're probably the 2 favourites of the tournament now. Bayern obviously won't have played for a while, so maybe they'll be lacking a bit of sharpness, but I doubt a team as professional as Bayern won't be up for the next game. Obviously they've got Chelsea 3-0 up already. They should comfortably go through in that. And then I think Barcelona would be their next game. And Barcelona obviously have Messi, so they've always got a chance, but they haven't been great this season either. So I'd back Bayern to get quite far. It'd be interesting to see if they meet Man City, which I think they probably will, unless Real Madrid can overturn that 2-1 home defeat, which seems unlikely considering the 2 away goals conceded. But so from that side, I think Bayern or Man City. I would probably go Bayern just because of Man City's inconsistency this season in the league.
So you think Bayern are going to go the whole way, even though they haven't really got the hardest opponents in the Bundesliga? I mean, let's be honest, Fortuna Düsseldorf
Are a great team.
They're not the likes of Bournemouth, are they? Or Burnley or Brighton. They're not as good.
I think that's harsh on Fortuna Düsseldorf.
Okay.
But
Union Berlin.
I do think overall the standard in the Prem is of course better than the Bundesliga. But there's a reason that Bayern always run away with it, and that's not just because of the standard. That's because they're a great team as well, and they're clearly hungry to win it this year. I know that a lot of people see them as the favourites, and it's hard and it's easy to see why. With the likes of Lewandowski having his best season in his career so far. The likes of Thomas Müller, I believe he broke the assist record in the Bundesliga. It's not like they've just won the Bundesliga again. They've clearly shown great improvement under Flick.
But everyone always mentions like Man City, if they get an injury to De Bruyne or Laporte or Ederson, then they're going to lose the matches easily. Liverpool, Van Dijk. But Bayern Munich, if Neuer or Lewandowski gets an injury, surely that will really knock them out of the competition.
I think if Lewandowski gets injured, then yeah. But
do you not think Manu Neuer is as important, if not more?
I don't think he's as important. They still got, I believe, Ulreich, is he still there? I remember Neuer was injured a couple of seasons ago. Ulreich did a fine job in goal for Bayern in that case. But I think, and also injuries are a big if. Everyone's been saying if Van Dijk gets injured for Liverpool, then they'll be awful. he hasn't got injured. So, you know, injuries are definitely a big if. I don't think Lewandowski's had a bad injury record either. So
I think with Neuer, it's really important that he stays fit because it's in the name of all right. He's all right, but he's not right up to that standard of Neuer. That's working Cameron up.
I was really working on it. Just
okay, Cameron.
hello.
Who do you think is going to win the Europa League? As you were thinking of that.
I thought we were talking about Champions League.
Yeah, we'll mix in between.
I need to get those fixtures up now. I've had the Champions League open for the last 5 minutes. We've been talking.
All right, go on then. Champions League.
I've gone on to find the Europa League fixtures. Can we just stick with one, then move on to the other? Gosh.
Well, which one?
Don't worry.
Let's start with the one that Arsenal are in, shall we?
No, it's fine. I'm getting the. If I get signal, I'll be getting the Europa League
Okay,
fixtures up
while
now.
you're doing that, Nick, you didn't actually say who do you think from the other half of the draw is going to get through to the final.
No, don't talk because I've got the Europa League fixtures
Just
up.
talk, Nick. Go on.
I know Atalanta is a team that people have quite fancied to get to the final. I think they've got Ilicic is going to be out though from the game against PSG, which will be a big blow. Obviously, he's been hyped up a lot due to his performances in the Champions League, especially. I think he got 4 goals against Valencia or something. But I can't see them beating PSG. I think, you know, obviously PSG won't have played for a while as well, but they have played a couple of cup finals that they've won very recently. And I know Mbappe's going to be injured, but they've still got Neymar, one of the best players in the world. Icardi's had a great season. Di Maria, a good defence, and it's going to be hard to beat them. But who I think is going to get to the final? Maybe Atletico Madrid. You know,
just because they beat Liverpool.
No, not just because they beat Liverpool. They're not a great side going forward. Let's be real. But they're a great side defensively.
So
they're going to be hard to break down. And just like, I mean, obviously there's no second legs. If they can go a goal up like they did against Liverpool in the first leg, they can defend that lead really, really well. So I think it's going to be hard to beat them if they can stay strong. And I think Oblak could be a big part of that.
So you think even against the attackers that PSG have got, Atletico will still be able to keep a clean sheet?
Yeah, I do. Maybe not a clean sheet, but I reckon Atletico can outscore PSG if they defend well.
What if Oblak gets an injury?
I mean, that changes everything. Yeah, it probably is their tournament over. But with Oblak, I think they can go to the final. I can't see them beating the likes of Bayern or City, though. I think they have too much firepower for them, but I can't see them getting to another final.
So you think Atletico in the final against Bayern Munich, you think?
It's a tough one. It's between Atletico and PSG.
Yeah. I think if it is Atletico against Bayern, we can call that the Mario Mandzukic final. Played for both teams as well, and Juventus. But so you think Bayern obviously will beat Atletico in the final on current form, surely?
Oh yeah.
Finishing like 3rd in the La Liga, did they?
Yeah, 3rd, I think. Yeah, Bayern and City, I think, will beat Atletico. It just depends on who's better on the day between Bayern and City if it gets that far.
Here's a question for you. The Ballon d'Or a couple of weeks ago was cancelled for this season. Do you think if Bayern Munich won the Champions League, Lewandowski would have won that?
No, because Aubameyang would have won it. Sorry.
I think that's a really legitimate point there, yeah. Good point. Aubameyang would have won it. Right.
He would have. He'd been class this year.
Yeah, no, realistically though, if I think the Champions League obviously goes a long way to individual awards as well. You know, Van Dijk obviously only lost the Ballon d'Or by a few votes. It was largely because of the Champions League success. And I think Lewandowski would probably win.
Surely that would mean Van Dijk should have won.
Well, he got so close to Messi. Because
and it's always going to be hard to get close to Messi.
Do you think it's unfair that the weighting of the Champions League is so much more than the weighting of the league? Because the league, you play like 38 games in a season. Champions League, just a few. Yet if you win the Champions League, you can pretty much win the Ballon d'Or.
I think it's because I think the Champions League. I don't think it's unfair that it's because the Champions League, obviously, you're playing the best teams. If you win the Champions League, you'll have beaten a number of the top teams in Europe. If you win a league, you'll have beaten maybe a couple at most of the top teams, the really high tier teams. Obviously, I think in the Prem, only Liverpool and City are in that bracket at the moment. But you know, if Man City go all the way, they'll have beaten Liverpool in the league, sure. But that's just one of the top teams. In the Champions League, they'll have beaten Real Madrid, possibly Bayern. Maybe Barca if they get through, and then PSG in the final maybe. So I think it is fair to have so much weight on that.
And Nick, do you think, the final question for you before I move on to Cameron, do you think that teams won't get as much recognition. Like, say if, I don't know, Bayern Munich win the Champions League this year, do you think they won't get as much recognition as teams have done in the past because of the lack of the second legs?
I think that there'll be as much recognition, but there will be an asterisk over this win, which is obviously disappointing for the team that does end up winning it, because it's still a big achievement. But two-legged affairs can really change who goes through. Obviously, you know, Liverpool last season beaten 3-0 in the first leg against Barca, and yet they still go through because of the second leg. But in just a one-legged fixture, I guess anything can happen, but it really doesn't hold the same sort of...
It's got to be more
especially
exciting.
when all the games are going to be played in the same country as well.
Yeah.
It's got to be more exciting for the neutral, right? Just to watch one game and know that that game is the whole tie. It just depends on one match.
For the neutral, yeah, but I think the thing with just a one-legged match is that
They'll just be,
you can fluke a win. In a two-legged affair, usually the best team goes through based on who's better.
They'll be playing but all the games like it's a final to them. Just like as if it's a final, they'll just try to be winning it as if it's a one-off final to get to the next round.
Cameron, do you think that should stay in future Champions League as the one-legged thing? Because do you think if every team thinks, like, this is going to be a final for me, I really want to win this, it's just one match in one country, do you think that'll improve the mentality of the players and therefore improve the performances, make the games more exciting, better for the neutral, and the Champions League will get more viewers? Do you think that's a good way to go forward?
Oh, sorry, there's a fly going on my face. No, I don't think so, actually, because when both teams play, they rather play one game at their stadium and the other game at and the opponents would want to play the other game at their stadium because they want their home support and their home crowd when they've got more fans in their stadium for the home team, if you know what I mean, because they want their own. So if they're playing in another country, they're playing on a neutral ground that they're not used to playing, and they're basically playing a final game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So you think scrap that? Do you think it's even necessary this season to do just one-legged because of the fixture schedules, or do you think they could have still done two-legged?
I'll give this year we'll give it a let off this year because of the fixture congestion. Because we're getting to the point where the season should have actually been starting in probably, let's say, another week or two. It should have actually started, but because of the fixture congestion, I think 2 legs would just be too much for all the players.
Okay, and I know you're struggling there to decide whether you want to talk about Champions League or Europa League first, so which one do you want to talk about?
I don't mind, you choose.
Okay.
Because I've got all the fixtures up now.
Let's start with Champions League then. Who do you think is going to get through from each side of the draw?
Well, we've already got 2 games confirmed in the quarterfinals. Yes. Leipzig, Atletico, Atlanta.
That's one half of the draw, and then the other team is the other side.
The other half, I don't see Chelsea beating Bayern, unfortunately.
I don't think many people do, Cameron. That's not a big claim.
But I think it's going to
last season when Liverpool played Barcelona, they were 3-0 down. No one.
This is Chelsea, though. This isn't.
This is.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not going to have Werner allowed. Then Werner and Ziyech not be allowed to play.
I think Chelsea could win that game.
They're away as well.
Bayern will get complacent. Chelsea.
Sorry. So before we go anywhere, what did I say about the FA Cup? Arsenal would definitely beat Chelsea.
You did say Chelsea would beat Arsenal.
I know, but Chelsea have to save their season now.
And I'm saying to you, trust me here, Bayern Munich would definitely 110% beat Chelsea.
Yeah. You also thought that Man City would still win the league, like during lockdown.
And I said Liverpool would probably win. So just no need to say anything else. Let's just put it there. Let's put the line under there.
Just walk off, shall I?
Just leave a line. Let's just say Bayern are going to win this, and I think Napoli are actually going to beat Barcelona because Barcelona didn't have a very good season in La Liga.
Napoli came 7th in Serie A.
Yeah, okay.
They did win a cup, to be fair.
But Barcelona almost won the league as well. Let's not forget.
Almost, but they didn't have a very good season though.
Napoli,
by their standards, but also Napoli didn't.
But Chelsea, they've got so much to play for in this game. They've got nothing else all season. They're out of everything. Obviously, they qualified for the Champions League, but they haven't won any trophies. They should have beaten Arsenal in that final.
No, they should.
Be disappointed not to.
Let's not
go there. Surely, the players will be so devastated if they don't win this game that they've got to have that motivation. Surely,
No,
And Bayern, they've already won the
Motivation
league.
won't do it for them.
Bayern have already won a double.
Motivation
They
is
don't
not
need-
going to be enough. Yes, but the Champions League is huge
Yeah,
for
they
teams like
need it,
Bayern that
but-
win the league every season and
Bayern will
haven't
think
won it
for
for 7
3-0 up,
years.
and then they'll just drop off. Surely.
No,
It
they won't.
only takes 3 goals.
3 goals is quite a lot of goals.
Yeah, I know it's quite a lot, but
They actually need 4
It's
goals
doable.
because of away goals.
What?
Don't they need to score 4 goals?
They need to score 3 goals to take it to extra time.
But obviously they're obviously going to concede, so they're going to have to score an extra goal every time they score. So
All right.
obviously they're not
Well,
going to
Cameron,
get
who do you think is going to win the Champions League then?
through. It's tough. I think it'll be a Man City. You see, it's tough. Probably say Man City Bayern final. That's
It's
not
not
possible.
possible.
That's not possible, is it?
You have had like 10 minutes to think about this while me and Luke have been talking.
Probably a Man City PSG final.
Wow, the battle of the money. El Clasico. Who's going to win that?
Whoa.
Probably City. I'm going to back City.
You think the English winners again?
I think we're going to have. I trust Guardiola. If it's not them, I would go Bayern on the other half.
What do you make of the chances of another season, 2 consecutive seasons, where the winner of the Champions League and the Europa League have been from this country?
No, that won't happen. I don't think
Why not?
an English team will win the Europa League. This
I think
season.
it's
Man
pretty
United
possible.
or Wolves? I think they're probably the 2 favourites to win.
He's even in the Europa League.
Well, let's talk about
Don't
the
forget,
Europa League
Leverkusen will be favourites as well.
now. So, Cameron, Europa
I'm
League.
not being biased.
You're backing Leverkusen to win the Europa League.
Leverkusen Wolves final.
Leverkusen, is that possible with the draw?
No idea.
Hang on. Yes, it is. It is possible. It is possible.
And where are Manchester United going to lose then?
They're going to lose to. Hang on.
There's no way the form United and probably Inter Milan are
They
in
have
as well.
If
Inter
Man U
Milan,
go through and Wolves go through, they have to play each other. Don't forget.
Inter Milan finishing 1 point behind Juventus in the Serie A, came second place. Surely they've got to be more favourites to win it
to be
than
honest,
Bayer
Man U
Leverkusen, who didn't
oh.
even get top 4 in the Bundesliga. Surely.
Okay, maybe Wolves could have a chance of winning. I don't think Man U will win it.
And let's not forget, bring it back to that mentality thing. Wolves just missed out on qualifying for Europa League because Arsenal won the FA Cup. So they've got to win this now, because the whole season will be absolutely pointless if they don't qualify for Europe. So they've got to win this Europa League and qualify for the
And I
Champions
think
League.
I would probably say a Wolves Leverkusen final, because Wolves, United, and Leverkusen are the 3 strongest teams left. Maybe Frankfurt are up there.
Frankfurt not up there.
Roma, we're saying Roma up there.
No.
No. So yeah, it has to be. It has to be Man U, Leverkusen, and Wolves.
Or Inter Milan.
Okay, well,
Inter
let us
Milan even in there?
let us know in the comments who you think is going to win those tournaments.
Yeah, they are.
Let's move on to the second part of today's mini show now, the rumour report. So, I've got a few rumours here, and you two are going to discuss them. So, the first one I've got, Cameron, I'll hand this one over to you first,
Yeah.
because you're an Arsenal fan.
Okay. Yes, I am.
So I've had a little look at the odds, as I always do, at transfer window
We
time.
don't bet on football.
Don't
PM,
bet,
it's
I
fine.
just have a little look.
Yeah, no.
Grealish and Coutinho, both
Yeah.
tipped to maybe have a move to Arsenal. Probably only one of them's going to go. Who
Yeah,
would you
yeah.
rather, Arsenal, Grealish or Coutinho?
Good question. I'd rather Coutinho, actually.
Hmm.
Yes, because I'm not a big fan of Jack Grealish. we don't need a player that type, his type of
That's the same as Coutinho. Or personality is
not person, like the type of style he plays. That's the word. His style of
His
play.
style of play is pretty similar to Coutinho's, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but don't forget, Coutinho is an international player as well,
Why does that make a difference?
because he's captain. Grealish is not capped for England's team.
In fairness, that's irrelevant. But I think talking price, Jack Grealish would be much more expensive than Coutinho.
But I don't understand why, because for me, Coutinho is still far the better player.
Yeah, but it's because of form. Jack Grealish and importance to the club. You know, I've seen like teams like Wolves have put like a £100 million fee on Adama Traore just to scare teams
Hang on.
off. Like it's going to be the same sort of thing with Grealish.
I'll tell you something about Grealish would definitely not fit Arteta's style of play.
What's Arteta's style of play?
Arteta ball.
That really sums it up.
heard the word Arteta ball before. You can't just take any manager and just put ball after it and say that's
Well,
their
that's
style.
what one football does. So that's why
Arteta ball. No.
like Sarri ball. Well, anyway, yeah. So I don't.
Klopp
But
ball.
and also Arteta said he wants Coutinho, and he hasn't mentioned he wants Grealish. So I would say Coutinho would be a much better fit in the Arsenal team than Jack Grealish.
And also, let's not forget, Jack Grealish, after the restart, just 1 goal and no assists. Just that not deflected, but the weak shot against West Ham that Fabianski should have saved. Disappointing for us because obviously we're all Bournemouth fans, our local Premier League team.
I don't support Bournemouth.
You don't support your local Premier League team?
No, I don't.
How can you not
My
support
local
your
Premier
local
League team would be Brighton.
Yeah, no.
Is it Southampton?
Southampton's closer than Brighton as
But
well.
I would still support Brighton over Bournemouth. I don't like Bournemouth.
Alright, next transfer then. Nick, Sancho to United. A few weeks ago, this was like almost done. Do you think it's still going to happen?
Yes, I do.
Well, great. I think it might. I mean, I didn't think Bruno Fernandes to United was going to happen in January, and I was wrong about that. So it wouldn't put. I wouldn't put it past United to just splash like 100 mil on Sancho this summer. I think he would really take that attack to another level. I know Green has been great since lockdown, but just having that depth of quality in there would be really important for United to try and bridge the gap between them and City and Liverpool.
But does he want to join United after coming through the City Academy?
I don't think he. I think he's a Chelsea fan, isn't he? I'm not sure he's got.
But surely,
a
if you
massive
play for Man
allegiance to
City, it would be sort of a bit of, you wouldn't want to play for the direct rivals, even if you don't support that team.
I'm not Jadon Sancho, so I can't tell you what he's thinking. But
Exactly.
I don't think it would bother me if I was. I mean, he wanted to get away from that City youth team for game time, and he's got the chance to go into a Man United team and be one of the star players. So I'm pretty sure that's a chance he would take if Dortmund accept an offer.
Cameron, do you think Dortmund's €120 million price tag of him will set other clubs off and he'll stay at Dortmund?
It's a bit ridiculous for. He's not world class.
Yes, he is.
Well, let's be honest, he's only had 2 good seasons. I mean, I know a lot of players like João Felix had 1 good season in the Portuguese league and he signed for like that fee, but two decent
He's nowhere
seasons.
near Mbappe. He's nowhere near Mbappe's
How much? If you were Mikel Arteta, how much would you pay to sign Jadon Sancho?
Probably about 60, 70 million.
Not in the current market.
Yeah,
and the potential that he has as well goes so far to.
Alright, let's say 90 million. 90 to 100.
But you wouldn't pay the 120 million
No,
fee that
I would
Dortmund
not.
have set.
That's too expensive for. I would rather pay 120 million for Mbappe.
Well, yeah, but he's
couldn't.
way much more expensive.
Yeah,
It'd be
because
like
he's a better
Billy.
player.
Yeah, exactly.
He's more world class. Jadon Sancho, in my opinion, is not world class.
At all.
No.
Would you start him for England?
Of course, I'd start him for England because Mbappe starts for France, but he's not world class like Harry Kane is world class.
You think
Why is Sancho not world class again? What's
just because he
What's
hasn't
going
played in
through
the
your
Premier
mind?
League?
Boo, boring argument.
I mean,
Alright. Chill.
I don't think it's going to happen. Borussia Dortmund have set that price tag. United have said they don't want to pay more than 50 million. That's like 70 million.
I think
difference.
I'm not sure about all the clubs, but I know a lot of them in the Prem just can't afford like massive transfers this season because of what lockdown did to them financially. And if United can't afford them, then it won't happen, will it? But
well, an alternative
interesting to see.
transfer, because I saw this earlier today. I saw a swap deal that could happen between Juventus and Man United. Chris Smalling to Juventus and Bernardeschi, their right winger, to Man United. Now, if they wanted a cheaper deal for another right winger, because let's be honest, they need a right winger to replace Dan James, who's been
don't forget
nothing
Roma-
short of terrible. United need a right winger. Could a Bernardeschi Smalling swap deal work?
not for United.
No, because Roma's are trying to get Smalling on a permanent. They're trying to push that through. So I don't think that will happen.
Yeah, but even if it did, and I think Juventus would be getting a good centre back in Chris Smalling, but Bernardeschi is not the type of player that United need
that's
to.
That's literally what I was going to say. He's not the type of player.
I think he's got like 1 goal this season in Serie A.
He's not great.
He's
He
not.
I don't think he would even fit Solskjaer's.
Solskjaer ball.
What is Solskjaer's system? Just let his front four do all the work.
Yeah,
because they're
basically.
good.
I don't think he's much of a tactical manager.
Neither.
is he?
He just wouldn't fit Solskjaer's style.
But any if they do get Sancho, just saying back to that, I'm pretty sure that front four would just be able to work out how to play good attacking football anyway.
Okay, well, Man City, at time of recording, haven't made any official confirmed signings yet. This could change by the time this goes out on Thursday. But they have sold Leroy Sané for quite a big fee. but still maybe Bayern have underpaid for that deal. And they're very close to signing Nathan Ake from Bournemouth and Ferran Torres from Valencia, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the right business for Man City to do, Nick, to spend over £60 million on these two players, or should they look for someone?
I've got to say they've got to be very careful financially before they do drop out of the Champions League financially because of FFP.
Oh yeah, no, it is a bit dodgy that they've already spent this much money.
You've got to be very careful.
After so close to breaching rules, but
exactly.
But I think the Torres business especially is good business. You know, it's not that much money in the current market for a player with a lot of potential. But the Nathan Ake one, they probably have overpaid. They do need a centre back though, and he is a good centre back. Another left-footed one. It'll be interesting to see if he plays with Laporte, which he probably will.
Is Ake left-footed?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought he was right-footed.
Well, you thought wrong.
So do you think maybe because they've got a bit of a left-back issue as well, haven't they? So could Laporte or Ake play at left-back?
Laporte can play at left-back.
Yeah, so can
Ake. Can play there. Ake can play in midfield as well.
But I think if you want to fix the left-back problem, sign a left-back. Don't you
think Zinchenko's a good fit though?
No. No one thinks that.
Mendy.
No. Come on, Cameron. No. Not Ben Mendy.
Well, some of Mendy's errors.
To be fair, Zinchenko, he's one of those youth players that.
He's not even young anymore. He's like comfortably in his 20s, I think. So.
He's still pretty young, but yeah.
You got to give him a few
Zinchenko's not a left back, and he's not good enough as a midfielder either. So I think they do need to get a new left back if Mendy's still performing at his current form. But if they're signing Ferran Torres, who's predominantly a right winger, with only really Raheem Sterling, who's a natural left winger, is that a problem? Do they need to get a left winger to replace Sane?
I don't know. To be honest, I feel like a lot of the wingers they have could do a job on the left. Is Torres right-footed?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, inverted wingers are a popular thing. I'm sure Guardiola could transform Torres into a left winger if he needs to. He did it with Sterling, sort of.
But also, I think it is a good signing because as much as Phil Foden could replace David Silva, Bernardo Silva also has lacked a bit of game time this season. He could move into that midfield, and Torres could play on the wing if they rotate with the many wingers they have.
My phone's out of battery, but I've got the last bit in my head. Liverpool have sold Adam Lallana and Dejan Lovren recently. Who are they going to get to replace them? Because they need another centre-back. They've only got 3 in the squad. They could maybe promote Sepp van den Berg from the reserves. And do you think they need another midfielder to replace Adam Lallana? Maybe Thiago of Bayern Munich?
I don't think we need another midfielder to replace Adam Lallana, considering the minutes he was getting anyway. If we could get Thiago, then definitely just do it, because he would elevate that midfield to another level. But I don't think it's a necessity to just to sign another squad player, especially with Curtis Jones coming through. But in terms of a centre-back, I think, you're right. We definitely need another squad player to go in there. Someone like, we've been linked to Özcan Kabak, not sure how you say that, Schalke centre-back, young Schalke centre-back. I think that would be a good signing if he's relatively cheap. We don't have that much money to spend compared to what we usually would.
Also, just can I put out there about Dayot Upamecano? He's definitely isn't going to go anywhere if anyone wants him, because he's signed a new contract till 2023, unfortunately. So he won't be going anywhere, because I've heard Arsenal were rumoured to sign him and some other
Arsenal
clubs.
have been linked with him for like 3 years.
But he's staying at RB Leipzig for another 2-3 years.
All right, Nick, as we're talking about Liverpool, one last question to round off today's show. In one word, how would you describe Harvey Elliott's season? My least favourite player.
Why is he your least favourite player?
I would like to say the S word, but I'm not going to say the S word because we're not like swearing on this football.
I don't want to go into detail. I just don't like him. There's some of the stuff he does. Some of the stuff he does off the pitch. It's not really very good. But
okay. Well, I would say promising. That'd be hard.
Really?
Yes.
I would like to say the S word, as I said, but we're not going to say that. So maybe a prospect. Let's stick with prospect.
That's quite sort of different, like prospects and the other word you were going to say. But okay, that comes to the end of today's show. Tomorrow we are back. We've got the Arsenal fans in the garden there. ready,
Ronaldinho, it's called.
in the Ronaldinho, ready to attempt how many volleys they can get. Cameron's answering the questions for them. He will see if he can beat Nick's score of 4.
And your score of 3.
2.
2.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it for the FA Cup winners 2020. So I hope you've enjoyed today's show. Remember to like and subscribe, and we shall see you tomorrow on Friday. Yes, Friday the 8th, 7th. One of the Friday the 7th. Yeah, Friday the 7th of August 2020. So have a nice evening, and we shall see you tomorrow. Take care.